Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we just about have our planet colonized here. On the month tick, that will go over, which is excellent, because then we will be gaining a lot more energy credits per month, and we will be able to convert this over into a nice shiny little battery world, which is in fact the goal, and I believe we should go ahead and rename it just to stay organized. Battery 01. There we go. That should be good. So we do start with 2 exterminator hubs now. Let's go ahead and pop this guy onto here just so that we're actually making some money. And we'll go ahead and put in a power plant like so. And we will go ahead and start constructing up some exterminators, just standard units, like so. And then we'll pop on some science units. That should be good, and we'll leave that be for now. We are currently at 0.87 energy credits per month, so we'll just leave that where it's at for now. And we are also going to be running these 2 side by side here, so we're going to need to get ourselves some energy generation up and running on battery 01. Now this one, I believe, is a mineral world. Looks like one. I mean, it's kind of a power world because we've got the Betharian stone, but yeah, let's go ahead and call it Hybrid 01. There we go. This world, this is a pretty decent science world, but this is also a hybrid world. So we're going to go ahead and call this Hybrid 02. There we go. Now, on Battery 01, I don't think that we're actually going to respect tile resources. I think we're going to suppress these and just make all of this be power generation. Just because we're going to run into some pretty major power issues later on. Although we're not going to get there if I don't speed it up to fast. So, there we go. We do have our fleet currently out here. It is heading out, and with our fleet being so far over the naval cap, we are actually still making energy credits, so that is fantastic. I cannot overstate how happy that makes me. How great that makes me feel, I think, is what I was originally going for there before I second-guessed myself and didn't go for it in the slightest. So, we do currently...
reports a new breakthrough.
Oh hey, mineral processing plant 2. Let's go ahead and find what to get next here. Starholds would be nice. We'll go ahead and go for that. Okay. Now we can do an upgrade here. And we should be able to do an upgrade here, and we can. And we cannot do an upgrade here. Why can't we do an upgrade
Anomaly
here?
found.
We should be able to, but we require a planetary processor. Okay. We'll go ahead and research that there anomaly. And we also increased our naval cap. So we are now making a lot more energy credits a month because we are no longer paying that massive penalty. And we can theoretically start getting ourselves a second fleet built up. We're not quite to the point where we can do it, but we're really close. Let's go ahead and grab the tile blocker clears because we're going to need that. I would like to grab the fleet cap increase, but for now that's not going to be a thing. So let's go ahead and go into the fleet manager and create ourselves a second fleet. It's going to be identical to this fleet, so we're going to add a ship design, Corvette, and we're going to put in 18 Corvettes. Not 19 Corvettes, we're going to put in 18 Corvettes. And then we're going to put in 5 destroyers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. There we go. And then we're going to put in 3 ambusher class cruisers. Like so. Perfect. Okay. We're going to go ahead and click the Reinforce All button, and that queued up a huge number of minerals. That's probably going to put us up over our fleet cap again, but we should be able to handle it.
Anomaly found.
Ish.
Construction complete.
We'll go ahead and research this, as well as researching... That one's already researching. Okay, that is fine. And you can come out here and build a research station, followed by a mining station. Perfect. Absolutely excellent. FTL impact. A massive crater on Uzyglor. That's an interesting name. Uzyglor 3 appears to be the result of a collision with a starship. From the size of the crater, we suspect that a ship exiting a hyperlane at maximum velocity rammed the planet for reasons unknown roughly 10,000 years ago. The ESS Voyager has picked up residual subspace echoes near the crash, reminiscent of a collapsed hyperparticulate field, but as the ship itself disintegrated on impact, the theory could not be verified. Also, Windows, let's not reboot to update right now. You can go away, thank you very much. Remarkable. Microsoft chooses the most interesting times for that, and of course by interesting, I mean obnoxious. Let's go ahead and clear this. Hang on, Ancient Survey Marker. We cannot afford to clear it. Of course we can't. Takes 400. I don't know what I'm thinking. A small short-range transmitter has been located on the surface of Hythara 3. It appears to be an ancient survey marker placed here eons ago to mark a large deposit of precious metals. The miners it was meant for evidently never arrived, as the deposit is still here. Fascinating. Plus 4 minerals there. That'll be nice. That will be nice indeed. So we can't upgrade this to our Starhold quite yet. We'll be able to in 26 months, which will be good. And we'll go ahead and research that anomaly. Anomalies are also good. So we're going to be taking a energy credit hit here. Actually, I think those are the same. I think the upkeep on the fleet is going to be what it is. Or rather, the upkeep on the colony ship is going to be what it is. But hey, we can settle fact. We've been wanting to do that ever since we discovered the system and said that it was a fact. So these pirates are claiming asylum again, like they did in the last episode. We're going to go ahead and deny them. Just because we're horrible people. Well, we're not even people. We're robots. We're horrible robots. According to these guys, we're murder machines. They don't like us much. I don't even remember what voice I used for this guy. It was a wacky one. He's unhappy with us, though. That's the takeaway. Okay, so we do need to clear out a few of these locations. We are jumping relatively quickly. Our biggest problem right now, as far as traversal, is actually going across the system. Our speed is still quite low for that. Okay, so that's a mummified pilot. We've had that event quite a few times. We are currently at 4 out of 6 Erassian relics. That's a bit low, but if we take a look at our ship designer, this right here, ion thrusters level 2, that's the primary reason why we're taking a while to get across. But here's the void cloud. We should have no trouble whatsoever murdering this jerk.
Action underway.
Yeah, that's right. Get out of here. He's melting.
Construction complete.
There we go. We did actually lose 2 corvettes, which is a bit on the unfortunate side, but we'll go ahead and do that. Oh, we also don't have a leader. There we go. Magnetic disruption. The strong magnetic field around Battery 01 has always caused some problems with electronic instruments on the surface, but recently the effect of our computers has been especially notable. So far it's unknown what has caused this flare-up, although we suspect it to be temporally. Does that make sense? So far it is unknown what has caused this flare-up, although we suspect it to be temporally. I mean, it almost makes sense. There isn't... They need a noun version. Well, unfortunate. We are going to have less production of science. That is fine. That is a battery world. We do not need science there. Completely fine. No problems whatsoever.
Completed.
We'll go ahead and do that.
Construct
Construct ourselves another outpost in Besnar. Expand our influence. So we did end up losing 2 corvettes here, which was a bit unfortunate. Just bad luck on the evasion rolls, I think. But we're pressing on. We're not waiting for anything. We do have a
recon pass completed.
we do have a rather large shipyard queue right now, but we'll get there. We'll get through it. It is fine. This construction ship is currently... Go ahead and research that. This construction ship is wanting to build some mining stations, and so we shall allow it to.
Recon pass completed.
That sounds excellent. You are currently at 91% health, but 100% armor and shields. They must have some pretty decent penetration then. That's very interesting. Let's see here. Ship details. Magnetic reversal. This is not related to the ship details of the Void entity. The magnetic field of Othana 1A experienced a complete reversal while it was being observed by the other science ship. This rare event has interchanged the positions of the moon's magnetic poles. Fortunately, it was all recorded by the sensors of our ship, providing our scientists with a lot of valuable data. Intriguing. Okay, so let's take a look at what this guy actually has for armament. He has 4 large cloud lightnings, 100% shield and armor penetration, so it only does hull damage. Okay, so shields and armor is completely worthless against him. That explains a lot. And we'll see if we lose ourselves 2 corvettes again. We did lose ourselves a destroyer, I think. We did lose ourselves a destroyer. Destroyer got 1 shot. That makes me sad.
Construction complete.
Well, we can go ahead and send this guy up. I mean, I guess he can go up here and explore this. Well, that's the Ether Drake. We don't want to do that. We want to go probably up here.
System reconnaissance completed.
There we go. Now, we should pull back one of our science chips. Let's pull back the ESS Investigator and have you go research the projects in this system. There we go. That should be good. Excellent. And you finished up construction of your outpost, so you can go ahead and build all of your stations. Sounds great. Also, this is one of my favorite songs in the Stellaris soundtrack.
System reconnaissance completed.
Towards Utopia, Nova Flare. It's a great one. Big fan of this one. Of course, I'm a huge fan of the Stellaris soundtrack in general.
Anomaly found.
Yeah, go ahead and research that anomaly. That will be great. Do it.
Construction complete.
I dare ya. Okay, so we are good to go here and here and here. We do need to clear some tile blockers here. We'll go ahead and clear this one for now. We have an upgrade available here, the administrative array, which we will definitely do. And let's go ahead and grab our construction ship and build ourselves some mining stations there. On the shoulders of giants, it appears that the asteroid 9965-426 and the surrounding debris originate from a former planet. Deep within the center of the asteroid, we can find traces of extremely valuable minerals. There are also hints of bacterial life that has now died in the vacuum of space. This shows us that the celestial body once bore the promise of life. +5 minerals.
Anomaly found.
Interesting that it was minerals instead of society research. I would have expected society research from that, but apparently not. I also like how nobody's gone here. This Class B star shall not be visited by anyone ever, apparently. How are we doing in our shipyard queues? We're doing reasonably well. We're getting there. Somebody towed an asteroid into a stable orbit around this. That's a system name. The massive engine sections and braking thrusters can still be found on the surface, although they have long since been rendered inoperable. Whoever did this also mined the asteroid for minerals, but these operations were seemingly abandoned shortly after they begun. Again with the begun, I feel like it needs to be a began.
Science division
Had begun,
report success.
sure, but began.
Recon pass completed.
Okay, so we got ourselves Energy Nexus. That is fantastic. And next, we kind of have a bit of an option here. I'm kind of leaning towards basic combat roles. That will just go really fast, although colony development speed would be good too, considering that we're at 4 out of 12 directly controlled systems. Let's go ahead and grab that. That'll be just over a year to finish that up. So that should be pretty good, I think. I'll go ahead and upgrade that Energy Nexus, as well as this Energy Nexus. There we go. And then you, we're going to stick you here. And we are going to build an
System
uplink
reconnaissance
node,
completed.
just because I want to be spamming out as much Unity as possible, just to grab these Ascension perks sooner rather than later. So we'll do that. Everything else on Battery 01 is going to be a power
Anomaly
generator.
found.
So that is good. We will keep researching our anomalies. And you are still on your way up there. And your reinforcements are still a little ways away. Not too far. Pretty close, actually. We have one shipyard working on it, looks like. Of course, this fleet is not fully reinforced yet. Cannot afford to reinforce fleet. So we're missing a couple of
Recon
cruisers,
task
I
completed.
believe. We also don't have a leader. The Jogra homeworld. This moon was once the homeworld of the Jogra, a subjugated client species of the Arassian Concordat. Hey, we found another one. A molluscoid species that was on the verge of achieving spaceflight when the Arassians discovered them. The Jogra were conquered after a lengthy military campaign that devastated many of their cities. There's evidence on the surface that a sizable Arassian military garrison was stationed there for decades afterwards, suggesting that the Jogra were not content to remain under the Arassian yoke. Interesting. So we have a special project for that. We'll get to that in just a moment, but let's recruit a general for our second fleet. And by that, of course, I mean an admiral. Let's see. That evasion and sublight speed is quite good. Although ship upkeep is fantastic, too. All of these are good. I think we go for the ship upkeep, though. This early in the game, I think getting our economy on track is a bigger deal. So let's go ahead and grab this guy. And this guy is now leading Legion 01, which is our second fleet. These are not confusingly named in the slightest. So we do have our precursor here, the Jogra homeworld. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. You can go ahead and research it, since you're the one who found it. Hey look, it was in the No Man's Land system, the one that nobody wanted to go to.
Construction complete.
What all is in there? 12 and 18.
Construction
Okay.
complete.
18 and 12. We do need to be looking for a good expansion opportunity to fill up some of these directly colonizable systems. The size 20 would be decent
Science
for a
division
science
report
world.
success.
Starhold. Let's start researching. Let's go for Star Fortress. And let's go ahead and upgrade our station here to a Starhold. Excellent. We don't really have the resources to
Recon
upgrade
task
any of our
completed.
others, but we will get there.
Construction complete.
You've finished stuff. That is good. As expected. So we are going to go ahead and take out several of these up here. I don't know how many
Anomaly
before we go back, but there's an asteroid
Construction
orbiting
complete.
this planet. We'll go ahead and take a look at it. That will be excellent.
Construction complete.
Also, holy anomalies. There we go. We have a construction ship over here that needs somewhere to go. Well, it's a shame that they took Shuka in here. That would be a fantastic system to put a starbase in. But for now, we'll just go ahead and grab this system. And then our other ship, the ESS Assembler, is going to come over, well, it's a hard call, but we'll go for this one for the science. That allows us to head up this way towards Sikan and Pozuno for the power. So I think that's probably going to be our best bet. We're currently at 70 out of 71 ships, and we are producing a destroyer, so that'll put us at 72. So there's that. So we'll just leave that the way it is for now.
Construction
There we go.
complete.
We are still making money, so that's excellent. And we have Legion 01 here ready to go. Somebody has towed an asteroid. Well, we'll get some engineering
Special project
research.
complete.
Hey, this is different. Remnants of a Jogran subspace message have been found on Corolla 2A, which appears to have been transmitted to the homeworlds of the Arassian Concordat's other client species. The time to strike at the tyrants is now. Our agents have learned that the Jovorian pox only affects the weak Arassians, but any species can act as a carrier for the disease. Every effort must be made to infiltrate their worlds, their space stations, their ships, even their unintelligible. Presumably we just don't know enough for that one yet. At long last, the Arassians have met a foe that cannot be brought low by their vaunted Starfleet. This voice has changed significantly since I started it. By the unintelligible, this opportunity must not be squandered. An interesting find. That voice was all over the place. Well, let's keep exploring. We found an automated mining base, which gave us a nice chunk of minerals. We'll be able to stick that straight into one of our star bases and upgrade that one. Excellent. That is phenomenal.
Science Division report success.
And we just got our colony fabrication drones.
Recon pass completed.
Ooh, Power Plant 3. I want it so badly, but also plasma accelerators. Why you make me make this choice, Paradox? Also ion disruptors. Why you make me make this choice, Paradox? We go for power plant. But why you make me make this choice? I don't want to make that choice. Oh well. The choice has been made. I chose economy, because that's pretty much what I always do, except when I'm playing Ethiopia, apparently. When I'm playing Ethiopia, I'm perfectly willing to have a crap economy for, like, ever. Europa is different, though. Europa is weird. I don't like economies in Europa. I also don't like manpower. I don't know if you've noticed that in my Europa playthrough. If you happen to be watching that, I don't have any idea if you even watch that. I don't know why I'm even talking about Europa while I'm playing Stellaris. They're not even particularly related, other than that they're both Paradox Grand Strategies, but I mean, at this point I'm just kind of rambling on, and I kind of want to stop, but I also don't want to stop because I'm not sure how much longer I can keep going without taking a breath, and I'm kind of interested to see how long that is, and apparently that's now. Okay. That's enough of that. Let's go ahead and build ourselves some... No. Let's go ahead and build ourselves some research stations. Excellent. Holy upgrades, Batman. We'll go ahead and upgrade all of this. Well, we can't upgrade all of it, but we can upgrade most of it. Well, half of it. Well, nearly half of it.
We have claimed a new world.
Hey, Zerk Prime. Okay, Zerk. You were the one that was designated to be the mineral world. And then you were the one that was going to be the battery world. So let's go ahead and make you Mineral 01. Excellent. And then we will go ahead and build ourselves a mining network here. For now, that'll have to do. We cannot afford to build an exterminator hub here yet, but we definitely should build an exterminator hub ASAP.
Completed.
Just to get that going, as soon as the month tick happens, we'll go ahead and start that. Which is right now. Convenient. There we go. Excellent. And we can actually do an upgrade here. And so we shall. We'll upgrade that next. Perfect. How are you doing on getting up here? Oh, you're getting there. This is ancient mining drones, so just go ahead and go in. Pattern of unusual sonic activity on NS-1A. Well, go ahead and research it. What could it be? Oh, hey. I really don't remember what voice I used for this guy. I don't have a standard stable of voices, as evidenced by the fact that my voices keep changing partway through. Although this is the same insult. This guy just gave me the same insult that these guys did. Are they in cahoots? They must be in cahoots. We must stop them. Are you in cahoots? They're not in cahoots. It must be super secret cahoots. Everyone is out to get us, aren't they? They think we're murder machines. We haven't murdered anybody. I mean, we've murdered some mining drones and void clouds and some pirates, but who hasn't? Everybody murders pirates. let's get these upgraded. Once the month tick happens, we should be able to do that, although we found a toy factory. There are structures on NS-1A, although most are less than ruins and more akin to rubble. The other science ship's initial pass over the planet reveals only one building that can be considered intact, seemingly spared whatever calamity robbed NS-1A of its buildings and builders alike. This is the source of the noise. Not only is the building intact, reports Science Officer Unit S8, but it is active. It is a production facility of some sort, turning plasticine polymers into mute objects of uncertain, but possibly ornamental, purpose. The raw materials and end product are largely uninteresting to the Exterminator Hub, but we could doubtlessly stand to learn something from the automated manufacturing process itself. Perhaps we should establish a foothold and observe. As an alien toy factory to NS-1A. Interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. We're still going to upgrade this right now, so that is still the plan. And also the plan is probably to go ahead and put a cut in here, since we are approaching our time limit. I mean, it's not really a hard limit. I could keep blathering on for 4 hours, but I doubt anybody would watch that. So I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here, and next episode we will continue doing whatever this is. I'll see you all then.